The views expressed are solely those of the speaker and not necessarily those of Paltalk.com, AVM software, or its advertisers.
Talk is online. News Talk Online is a production of Paltalk.com, the largest multimedia interactive program on the internet with more than 4 million unique users, on demand on iTunes, on YouTube, and on my site, GaryBaumgarten.com, where you are encouraged to post your comments, whether you agree with yours truly or not. We'll get them through. Thanks to our friends at CRN Digital Talk Radio, we are syndicated across the United States into 12 million additional households. We welcome you. My name is Gary Baumgarten. I am your host. Those of you who are joining us here for the first time because you were in Paltalk Studio B listening to the live interview with Kiefer Sutherland, how was that? Wasn't that just awesome? I'd heard horrific things about Kiefer Sutherland, that he does horribly with interviews, he doesn't like to do interviews, and this was his first interview on the internet, and I'm sitting here thinking, oh my God, he's going to complain, he's on the internet, and boy, he just loved it. It was just a terrific interview. I hope you all got a chance to catch it, and I'm glad that a number of you had an opportunity to talk to Kiefer Sutherland directly. We keep bringing you programs like that with pretty well-known individuals because we want to pay back to our audience here, to our user base on Paltalk, because, without you, there is no Paltalk, right? Danny Schechter, the news dissector, is supposed to be sitting here, my right, your left right now, but true to form, he's running late. Last time we had him on the show, he ran late. But hopefully he'll be here before the show is over. I wanted to bring Danny on today because he's a media critic. And today, of course, as we were discussing before the show officially began, is the beginning of the Olympics. The opening ceremonies were held in Beijing under a cloud of controversy because the government there is precluding free and unfettered access by the news media. They've cut off certain internet sites. Probably they can't get through to us as well. I don't know. Well, maybe the reporters can, but certainly the population cannot. And we're all about freedom of press and freedom of speech here on News Talk Online on Paltalk.com. That's why I tell you that if you post to my blog, it doesn't matter whether you agree with me or not. And speaking of posting to the blog, there are a gazillion postings today on an article that I wrote. Some of those who posted agree with me. Some of those who posted disagree with me. It has to do with Random House, which is a major publishing house here in New York City, pulling the plug on a novel which talks about the Prophet Muhammad's child bride. They commissioned this novel. They paid the author, who actually is a journalist. Her name is Sherry Jones, to write it. The book was supposed to be released on the 12th of August. But suddenly, after receiving protests from people who have never read the book over fears that it is offensive to some Muslims, and because Random House feared there might be violence, they've killed the book. Pulp fiction it becomes, because they're probably getting ready to grind the published books into pulp rather than distribute them to bookstores or through Amazon.com. I'm really disturbed by this, and I wonder what you think about it while we're waiting for Danny Schechter to join us. Because, first of all, who says art has to be unoffensive to begin with? How many books have been written that are offensive to people of other religions, or people of different nationalities, or people of different skin color? or people of different political beliefs. I've read books that are very offensive to Republicans. Should we remove them from the shelves? I've read books that are offensive to Democrats. Should we remove them from the shelves? Of course not. The book is The Jewel of Medina, Medina. And here comes Danny Schechter. But I just want to say, while Danny's walking in and trying to find his seat here, and we'll talk about this at another time, I recommend writing to Random House and urging them to publish the book. I don't know whether it's a good book or not, but I really hate the idea of censorship. I hate the idea that they capitulated to people who hadn't even read the book. And by the way, the author of the book said it was designed in a way, written in a way that it promotes understanding between the faiths. Imagine that. Speaking about authors, Danny Schechter, welcome back to News Talk Online on Paltalk.com.
Hey, really great. I'm leaving my office. I go down in the elevator. Boom, the heavens open up. There's a massive storm. I have to go back upstairs, get my umbrella, come downstairs, miss the A train, get the C train, and I made it. With only a few,
I would, if you had been here on time,
to spare.
If you had been here on time, I would have been disappointed.
Record, right?
I would have been disappointed. Danny Schechter is the news dissector. He heads a group called
Channel.org.
He blogs all over the place. He's a regular contributor to the Huffington Post and to, how do you pronounce the name of that religious site? Epoch?
Epoch Times. No,
Epoch Times?
Yeah, but not just them. I mean, it's Common Dreams, Buzzflash.
Anybody who will take your stuff.
Anybody will take it. This is my new book, Gar.
Plunder.
You're the first person to hold it in your hand.
Really? Investigating our economic calamity and the subprime